Enzo Maresca has explained that the exclusion of Noni Madueke from Chelsea's squad against Fulham was a technical decision and not related to injury. This is not the first time Maresca has taken similar action against the player. Previously, he openly criticized Madueke's lack of consistency and ambition in training, citing it as the main reason for not playing him in previous matches. Maresca stressed that Madueke has great potential, but must show a better work ethic in every training session to reach the level of a top player. Although he took the criticism positively, Madueke's absence from a crucial game like the one against Fulham has raised questions about his future at Stamford Bridge. Maresca's decision was also highlighted because Chelsea suffered a shock defeat to Fulham despite taking the lead. This adds to the pressure on the Blues to maintain consistency amid the tight competition in the Premier League this season. Troy Deeney highlighted Levi Colwill's performance in Chelsea's 2-1 defeat to Fulham, particularly his winner. In the counter-attack that led to Rodrigo Muniz's goal, Colwill was deemed to have failed to chase down Sasa Lukic, who easily created space to set up the assist. Deeney said Colwill's actions showed a lack of desire to defend aggressively. The defeat further complicated Chelsea's position, who are now 7 points behind Liverpool and under threat of being overtaken by Arsenal. Enzo Maresca is under immense pressure to improve his team's performance ahead of their next games against Ipswich Town and Crystal Palace. The lack of consistency in defence is a major concern if the Blues are to remain competitive at the top of the Premier League. Cole Palmer expressed his disappointment after Chelsea lost 2-1 to Fulham at Stamford Bridge. Despite scoring the opening goal for his team, Palmer felt Chelsea lost control of the game in the second half. In the first half, Chelsea played dominantly, controlling the game and creating several chances. However, after the break, they were caught in Fulham's very fast rhythm, especially in the transition from defence to attack. Palmer acknowledged that they gave Fulham space to control the game, which led to 2 goals that changed the outcome of the match. He admitted that Chelsea had a period of about 20 minutes where they were unable to control the game, and Fulham took advantage of the moment well. Although disappointed, Palmer stressed that this was an opportunity to learn and improve the quality of the team's game in the future. Although Chelsea are not the main candidates for the title, Palmer remains optimistic and believes that his team will continue to develop. He emphasized the importance of not being down due to this defeat, considering that they will soon face another match. Palmer hopes the team can recover quickly, both physically and mentally, and remain focused on improving in each upcoming match. Joao Felix, who was expected to make a big impact for Chelsea, continues to struggle to nail down a regular starting spot. Despite scoring 5 goals and providing 2 assists this season, the Portuguese forward has only started twice in the Premier League. In the match against Fulham, which ended in a shock 2-1 defeat for Chelsea, Felix was left on the bench for the entire game. Enzo Maresca made the only change, bringing on Christopher Nkunku for Nicholas Jackson in the 73rd minute, despite his side conceding 2 late goals. Maresca's decision not to make any further changes suggests that the Italian coach still has faith in the system despite the poor results. This has made Felix's position in the team worse, with many wondering why he is not getting more game time, especially after his contribution up front this season. With just 2 starts in 18 Premier League games, Felix's future at Chelsea is increasingly in question, and it will be interesting to see if he can turn his fortunes around in the near future. Enzo Maresca insists that despite Chelsea's 2-1 defeat to Fulham being disappointing, his side are not affected by the pressure of staying top of the table. Chelsea had taken the lead through Cole Palmer's early goal, but Fulham equalized through Harry Wilson and scored an injury time winner through Rodrigo Muniz. Maresca admitted that his side gave Fulham too much space in the second half and failed to manage the game well. Maresca also stressed the importance of not dropping points despite the team's struggles. The defeat has raised concerns that Chelsea are not mature enough in managing matches, especially when in a winning position. However, the Italian coach remains focused on improving for future matches, hoping his team can get back to winning ways and remain competitive at the top of the Premier League. Chelsea player ratings: Robert Sanchez 7.9, Malo Gusto 6.5, Tosin Adarabioyo 6.1. Levi Colwill. 7.2. Mark Cucurella. 6. Moises Caicedo. 6.5. Enzo Fernandez. 7. Pedro Neto. 6. 8. Cole Palmer. 8.2. Jadon Sancho. 6.1. Nicholas Jackson. 6.5. Sub. Christopher Nkunku. 6.3. Subs not used. Philip Jorgensen. GK. Marcus Bettinelli. GK. Axel Disasi. Josh Akempong. Cesare Casadei. Joao Felix. Marc Guiu. Tyreek George. Fulham's 2-1 win over Chelsea at Stamford Bridge on Boxing Day was a historic moment for the club and its fans. Marco Silva has revealed that the win will go down as one of the best match days for Fulham fans in the last 50 years. Silva said that despite Chelsea taking the lead through Cole Palmer's goal, Fulham were dominant, creating plenty of chances and eventually turning the game around. Silva also highlighted the importance of the team's relationship with the fans, which he felt was instrumental in the win. Football is about relationships, and the bond between the fans, the players and the staff is so important, Silva said. He also commented on Chelsea's first goal, admitting that they should have done better in defending. "We weren't compact enough, there was too much space between Pereira and Lukic, and our communication needs to be better," Silva said. Silva also gave special praise to substitute Harry Wilson, who scored the equaliser and played a key role in the win. "We are the team with the most goals from substitutes, and that is no coincidence. Harry Wilson is a very important player, and although he did not start the season as expected, he is now starting to show his big contribution," Silva added. With this result, Fulham not only achieved an important win, but also strengthened their position in the standings, closing in on the other big clubs. This victory gives Fulham more confidence to continue their fight this season, while for the fans, it is a victory that brings great joy and proves that their team is capable of beating the big teams at Stamford Bridge after more than 4 decades. Following the 2-1 defeat to Fulham, both Paul Merson and Enzo Maresca gave differing views on the factors that influenced Chelsea's performance. Merson argued that Chelsea looked under pressure after taking the lead. According to him, despite having many quality players, Chelsea failed to close out the match well and allowed Fulham to dominate the match after the first goal. Merson saw this as an indication that the pressure of being near the top of the league was starting to affect the team, with their performance declining in recent games. On the other hand, Maresca firmly denied that his team were under pressure. In his post-match press conference, he emphasized that Chelsea's players were not feeling the pressure of their position in the league. He said that they did not prepare for the match with their position in mind, but instead focused on giving their best in every game. Maresca also stressed that the defeat was more due to a lack of control in managing the game, especially in the second half. Despite the controversy surrounding the team's pressure, Fulham deserve credit for their spirited performance. The win gave them great confidence, especially after beating Chelsea at Stamford Bridge for the first time in 45 years. Fulham manager Marco Silva called the win a great gift for their fans, who have been waiting for this historic moment for a long time. Enzo Maresca stressed that despite the painful defeat, Chelsea must learn from the experience. He said that in a tight match like this, it is important to stay calm and not lose focus, especially when the opponent is pressing. Maresca admitted that Chelsea were not quick enough in transitioning and maintaining possession in the second half, which gave Fulham space to counter-attack quickly and effectively. However, Maresca still saw many positives in his team's game, including in the first half, where Chelsea controlled the match well. However, he added that when facing a very fit team like Fulham, Chelsea need to be more prepared in managing the tempo of the game and not get carried away by the opponent's attacks. The Italian coach also emphasized that his players did not feel pressured despite being in a position close to the top of the standings, and this defeat was not the result of that pressure. Maresca believes that his team still needs to improve their game management and be more prepared in dealing with critical situations in future matches to ensure they remain on track to competing for the title.